Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Omotoyosi Oemene. For short, I think you guys should just call me TY because like that's what everybody calls me. So TY here again, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I was able to save up to 15,000 euros within a year and a half on a 20 to 25,000 euros yearly income. I'm going to be telling you like things I did that actually made that possible. Now this video is inspired by Patricia, and I'll say why. During the corona period, you're saying the corona period anyway, but during the quarantine, she did this series of I'm talking about people's earnings and what they do with their earnings and all of that. And in the comment sections, I'll see if I can put some screenshots. I saw a lot of people asking like, well, people that earn lower than 40,000, lower than people that earn low income, okay, how can they actually save? How can they actually live their life, you know? And I decided to bring out my own personal experience and talk about that here. I'm Nigerian, and it's not a Nigerian thing to be out here talking about your finance and monetary stuff, because it's like something that people keep secrets and you don't always have to come out and talk about how you make your money or what you do with your money. But I'm just going to put this out there because this is very important. People have to know some of this stuff. I can imagine my mom watching this video and be like, I'm out to your sicky most of my. I can just imagine my mom watching this video. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to put this out there. In order to save up on this kind of income, the number one thing you have to do is to manage your expenses. So if you're earning like 23,000, 25,000 yearly, it means your salary is between 8,500 to 8,700 per month. So if you're earning this kind of salary per month, number one thing you have to do is to watch out for your living expenses, because that's what takes the most money. If you're earning 8,500, 8,700 and you're paying above 8,000 euros monthly for your expenses, so when I mean 8,000 euros, I mean like probably for your rent, for your bills, for your utilities, all of that, and you're spending up to 1,000 in a month, then my dear, you can't even save anything because you've never talked about your eating, you've not talked about miscellaneous and stuff like that. So number one thing I did was I was living with my parents. So when you live with your parents, it helps because when you, I don't know about every other person, but when you live with your parents, you probably have to pay one or two stuff, but it's never going to amount up to 1,000 euros. You probably have to pay less than 200 or 300 euros in a month. If you don't live with your parents, another thing you can do is live with friends or just live with a roommate, because you have to try and take out the thing that takes the most of your money. And what takes the most of your money in Europe is your bills, and the biggest bill of all of them is your housing bill. So if you're paying your rent here, and here in Ghent, your rent goes from I don't know, if you're living in a studio, probably from 500 plus to 600, a one-bedroom apartment probably 700, 850. That's how the housing bills are here. So if you're earning 8,500 and then you have to pay 850 just for where you're living, that's minus your utilities, minus every other thing. That's like a lot of money. So first thing you have to do is try and work that out. My advice would be either you live with family where you have to support with little, or you get a flatmate. And if you get in a flatmate, you can have your privacy. I know people be like, oh, I want my privacy, I want privacy is for people that can afford it, okay? If you want privacy, you have to make sacrifices for now. So the thing is, if you live with a flatmate, it might not be the most convenient, but you can get try and get a rental property where you can get as much privacy as you want, but just share your bills. Because if you're going to live with someone and probably you guys are paying with utilities, everything together in a month, where you're paying probably you guys are paying like 1,000 or 1,200 monthly together, that's 600 euros for you, or maybe 500 euros from, depending on where you guys are living. So try as much as possible to share your expenses. Two, if you have a car, and you're working somewhere where there are a lot of people going towards the same direction, go with someone to work. So if you have a colleague living close to you, or maybe 5 minutes away or something, it might not be the most convenient thing, but in order to save, you actually have to be living a bit of inconvenience, if that makes sense. So in order to make money, in order to save up money, there has to be a bit of inconvenience in all of that. So if you're living somewhere where you can follow a colleague to work, and your colleague can follow you the next week, that way you save fuel expenses of 1 week. Just try as much as possible. You have to think about it, okay? What's possible for you? Try as much as possible to save up money where it's possible, because you have to be very, very thoughtful and intentional about your expenses. If you want to spend money, rather than just bring out your card and spend, just think about it. Oh, do I really need to spend this money? What can I do to, make the spending a bit less, that kind of thing. That's how your mind should be, because then you realize that there are a lot of ways to curtail some unnecessary spending. So for me, I would say the most important thing I did was my living expenses. I worked on that. I lived with my parents I lived for the longest time, and when I was ready to move out, just before I got married for a year, I lived with friends. I lived with 2 friends, and we shared our bills. In a month, my bill per month was not even up to 500 euros, because we're all Nigerians, so it helped with our eating. So even for the eating from our meal tickets, I got like 100 euros thereabout monthly for my meal card. I don't know if it's common everywhere, but here in Belgium, most companies, you get a meal ticket. So I get like 120 monthly, and then we get bulk. So imagine if my friend should get like 100 and the other one to get somewhere around that. In the month in the house, we have about 250, 300 for eating in the meal cards. So we get bulk. Like if you buy rice, we buy rice the big one, we buy gari the big one, we buy all the big one, we buy all the stuff big. So we don't have to buy it every month. So we have to buy maybe every maybe every 3 or 4 months you get. So that way I don't have to take out money from my salary from eating, because I've already contributed what is going to last me for 3 to 4 months. So every other extras I'm doing are just little stuff that I'm buying. And then you actually have to be intentional about those things, because someone like me, when you go to these grocery shops and you just pick stuff and it's like 20 cents, 90 cents, 1.99, those things are the worst, because then you pick a lot of them and then you get to the cash where you have to pay, and then you're here like 90 something, 100. I'm like, what did I buy? Sometimes, guys, I'm not joking, sometimes I just go back and I'm like, hold on a minute, I'm going to check this stuff again, because I don't have that kind of money to be spending right now. So you have to be intentional about your expenses, your feeding, your car expenses, your transportation. You have to be intentional about your rent. Like that rent thing, guys, you guys have to sort it out. If you want to save money on the 20,000, 25,000 earning, you have to share your living expenses, for real. Another thing I'm going to talk about is shopping. See, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. You see these things where they say sales, like 3 times in a year they have like big sales that people are in the shops, like shopping, doing. I did that, okay, I did that a lot at first, but then I realized, like, when it's sales, you actually spend more, because you feel like, oh, I can't get this cheaper if it's not during sale, so I'm just gonna get it now. And then you're just like spending money. I can't tell you guys how much I spent during sales. When I hear sales like this, I'm taking like all my saved up money. I'm like, yeah, this is the time to go and buy everything I thought I need, or I think I need. And then you even find yourself buying things that are actually not even necessary, but because they're on sales, you feel, oh, because it's cheaper, I have to buy it. If you want to save on that kind of salary towards a mortgage, if you have like, I want to save towards something, number 1, avoid the shopping mall. Okay, during the period where I was saving towards the house, I didn't go to the shop for like a year and a half. Like, I didn't go to, if you're living in Ghent, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't go to the city center. I did not step my foot. Like, at some point, Primark was like my home. Okay, I didn't go to Primark, I didn't go to H&M, I didn't go to any of those shops. I just avoided it. I avoided going there. Anything that was going to take me there, I didn't go. Especially during the sales, I didn't go there for more than a year and a half. Even till now, I live very, very close there, and I don't even go there anymore. Not because I don't want to patronize the shops or whatnot, but because it didn't work out with my financial plan. Because shops like Primark and H&M, when they have sales, their things are ridiculously cheap. So when you go there, your mind is just gonna be like, these things are cheap, man, I have to get them. But do you really need them? Do you really need to get them? You know, that should be the question here. So for me, I just avoided totally going there. I didn't want to ask myself whether I really needed it or not. I didn't even want to be in that space. Okay, so I didn't go there for more than a year and a half. I just didn't go to the shops because I needed to save. And what I was able to do is, I was earning within 1,500 to 1,700 depending on the month. I was able to save every month from 800 to 1,000 euros monthly because of this. At this point, I wasn't so intent on the buying of the house, but I needed bulk money. I needed to save up bulk money. I needed to have, like, you know, have like a backrest kind of money, you know what I mean? So I knew I needed to save intentionally for this. So I was saving 800 to 1,000 monthly. And guys, I learned this from my mom. I need to bring my mom here one day to come and talk about savings. She can save like this. About to be a famine tomorrow. Really, that's how she saves. So apart from shopping in the shops, also online shopping. See, you know this app, this AliExpress app. When I first came to Belgium and we started making small money and stuff like this, I will always be on AliExpress. These are so ridiculously cheap that you just be buying stuff from China. You just be buying stuff. But I was buying stuff on AliExpress. I was buying stuff on Amazon a lot, like just too much that was unhealthy. So when I was going to start saving, I know how to make my mind work. I know how to trick myself, let me put it that way, because before I go into something that's going to cost me like a bit of time or stress or mental stress or whatnot, I kind of challenge myself a bit. I don't know if it makes sense. So what I did was, I went on my AliExpress and my Amazon, and I calculated how much I had spent in total in like 2 years on those sites. And guys, on AliExpress I had spent over 5,000 euros. I'm not joking. I spent over 5,000 euros. I remember when packages used to come to the house then, my mom would always fight that. What are you guys always ordering? She would always talk. And then I was like, okay, no problem. You spend that much. What have you bought? And guys, all the things I had bought, I had thrown them away, giving them out. I wasn't wearing them because they were not quality, or probably they were things that didn't size me or stuff. They were like different stories. But I had spent close to 5,000 euros on these sites. Then I was like, Kai, girl, you have to stop this. You have to like get yourself together. So I stopped buying stuff on that. Like, for me, that was my realistic check, because when I did that, I was like, okay, now you know you're wasting money. What do? You have to stop it. But I think if I had not done that, I would still have been tempted to be going on the site and stuff. I didn't even have to delete the app. I still had the app on my phone. I didn't even delete it, but I just stopped buying stuff because I knew it wasn't worth it. If I don't even think I got that tempted, but even if I had gotten tempted to buy, I'll probably just put it in my cart and go back a few days later and I'll be like, oh, I don't even need this. So first of all, I had to be real with myself. I'll be like, check yourself, sis. You don't need this stuff, don't buy it. It's as simple as that. Don't buy what you don't need. Even if you need it, think twice. You really do you really need it, sis? Okay, I realize people have issues saving because they don't have what to do the money for. Like, oh, if I want to work if I want something, I will save towards it. My dear, you have to save. Just save or invest your money or something. But don't just say, oh, because I don't have anything I'm working towards, I don't have to save. It's a lie. See, life is very funny. Like, one day you can be very comfortable and the next day you might just need money for something very important, like very important, that you just need the money. And then you could have had that money if you had saved. You don't need to have a plan for your money before you can save. Just financial security, is that not enough reason to save? Like, for real. You have a job today doesn't mean you're gonna have it tomorrow. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. See, just check coronavirus for instance. How many people lost their job? Most people slept the day before not knowing they were going to lose their job the next day. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you don't have to have a reason to save. Just save so that you are financially secure. Is that enough reason now? Please. Okay, for real, I'm not trying to be annoying or something, but please just save. Just save for whatever reason. Just save money. Just have bulk money down for when there's an emergency. If you're driving a car and you don't have savings, you're in soup, my dear. Even how much my car had cost me just this year, I won't feel like throwing the shit away. Just save. Save just so you are financially secure. That's just as simple as that. If you have a car, if you buy a house, that shit is yours now, okay? If something spoils, you need to have money somewhere to fix things. Like your toilet can just break, or your water pipe can just break. You need to have money somewhere to fix those things. So just have money for the sake of financial security. It's for the sake that you can whip out, you know, cash when you need to take care of essentials. So save money. Just save. Do I need to say it again? Just save. I hope this video has been insightful. If you guys want to know exactly the process of getting a house in Belgium, buying a property, a house or an apartment, things you need to know and all this kind of information, let me know. If you want to know the processes, where you can get money, how much is possible, and like I always say in my videos, anything I'm saying is based on my experience, is based on what I know. Anything I say to you, please go and reconfirm, go and ask these places I'm going to be mentioning. So if you guys want a video where I'm going to talk about how much is needed, what is possible, where you can get loan, possible places to get loans for a mortgage, financial, just anything that you need to know about getting a property in Belgium, just let me know, and I'm going to make a video according to your your request. But if I don't get a request, I'm not coming out here to say shit, okay? So if you want to know these things, let me know and I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I'm so grateful that you guys are on here checking me out. Please subscribe, please. You guys should get me to 200 subscribers. I've tried now, guys, please get me to 200 subscribers. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. Bye.